It's happened again.
The woman doesn't want them to film her. He wants to enforce it.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
Don't touch the camera. Someone wants to contact. One thing I have come to know whenever I attend these kind of protests, it always seems to be the non-Middle Eastern people who mainly cause the problems, while at the same time wearing the colours of the country they claim to be speaking up for. So what can I do for you? Obviously you stood in front of the camera.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
Rotherham.
Yeah, have you seen the video?
Nazi from Rotherham.
Is that what you think? That's a criminal offence. Don't call me Nazi, I'm not a Nazi.
Can't get the police.
Just don't do it again. The most common thing I get called is racist bastard by fellow English people, not Muslims.
Racist bastard.
You can't say that.
So if you're
You can't say that either.
come up with racism,
You're a criminal.
When did you join the Nazis?
If you keep following me, I'll deem that as harassment.
You can tell us to do whatever you like,
Keep your
mate.
distance.
You keep your
Keep your
distance.
distance. You keep your distance.
Touch me again.
I am backing you up. You keep your distance. I feel threatened by you. That's the second interaction. This is a short news report, and then I will play the context. This lady appears to be of Western culture, yet dresses in the colours of a country and uses her suppression to suppress people of another country. People like this are often identified as agent provocateurs, infiltrating groups and muddying the waters from any river to any sea. Why do men and women think they have a right to try and block the message that they so openly want to pronounce in public spaces? Surely, it is better to speak to the internet than a small group of people than this. You can judge for yourself. There is no logical, sensible action that will come of this kind of camera blocking, and you will see why later in this video. Have you been to these before?
I used to go to a lot of them, like back in the day, like just before the good old cough of 2020. There was a couple in 2019, 2021 that I went to, mainly in Manchester.
If you touch me, I'll drop you like.
Honestly, you wouldn't have a chance, but
Let's try it in a friendly manner.
I'm just curious what you're filming for.
So what I'm doing, I'm just recording the events of the day. I got a really nice message from that gentleman earlier, but it's actually gone against the message he gave me. So I'm just now documenting the day. That's why I'm here today. Do you have a message for the people watching this?
Well, I don't know who is watching it.
So the people who can't make it today, it's them people.
it seems now that more and more people are getting involved with the Palestine movement, and some of them can be violent. Let's put it that way. Not all of them. I don't condemn everyone, but some of them can be very violent, especially towards people with cameras.
If a group of Israeli supporters were there, away from us, we will not do anything. But if they come, and they always do, and come in the middle of us to provoke and put cameras in people's faces, that's when we say to them, please, you can go there. It's not among us. They're always the provocateurs. We never, ever.
Well, if I ever witness anything like that, I will record it.
Yeah.
You know, but I haven't witnessed that today.
I wish you were there 3 weeks ago, because they came and they were like that.
He threatened to actually put me down on the floor like a sack of spuds.
I'm assuming you had your camera.
Yeah, I had my camera rolling the entire time, and he literally threatened to put me down on the floor like a sack of spuds, but also stood up on the thing and say, we're not violent.
I know. I saw you move, bro. I saw you, bro.
So everyone there, even that gentleman that came up and wanted to speak,
Why?
I'll push him up.
But why?
Because
Why
I
would
moved
you-
out of the situation. I moved away.
But, brother,
He followed me.
I came and stood next to you and said, listen, bro,
That's what
what are we doing?
Do you not believe he was suppressing his rights in this country?
What you're doing
No,
is
seriously, it's a
suppressing my
question.
rights.
No,
right?
what's your
Because
right?
You're pissing me off.
Really?
You are pissing me off.
Why? Just tell me why.
Because I want to talk to him.
Right, you can
And
talk
we've
to him.
just-
I don't want to
we've
piss
just-
you off.
we've just
If you
said-
feel like
we've
that,
just
that's
said-
your problem. But
we've-
please be aware of what you're doing. Please be aware of what you're doing.
I am aware. I'm a very
Okay.
peaceful man. Yeah.
Well, thank you for your
But
interaction.
In future, true colours.
No. In future, I will stand like this gentleman and stand where I want to and record. I don't want a problem
Come
with
to
you.
me and I
But if
say,
you make a problem, it will be a
I'm
problem.
a-
Watching his actions towards yourself, suppressing your rights, and then the lady coming up to you saying, don't. My point is this. How is their message going to get out without a camera? Because otherwise, it's only these people here who's going to hear it.
Yeah.
So your camera would have done them a lot of favours.
In respect, yeah, they would have. But now they're going to look like... Now they're going to look bad. They've made themselves look bad now. And that's not going to be edited by me. It's going to go up raw footage.
Because I wear a baseball cap and I'm dressed like I do, that's just my choice.
Yeah.
I'm not right wing or left wing.
no.
And they're both wings of the same bird anyway. So I do believe there's a lot of right wing, left wing. And do you know what? A lot of the right wing, from what I've talked to, a lot of the left wing, they share similar views about the police, the government. Why aren't you all talking? Instead of like blocking cameras and getting your message out.
All right.
And integrity has been called into question. On the 12th of this month, there is a rally outside, meeting outside the station.
Turn our backs to him.
Excuse me. Shut up.
Hands up.
My view on immigrants who are coming across the channel,
Yeah.
some of them are genuine,
Yeah.
some of them aren't.
Yeah.
Statistically, I do believe it's higher numbers that are not genuine.
I can speak anywhere I like you
Let's
do.
pause the
And
minute.
like you
Let's
do.
embark. Let him embark on his own.
I have a right to speak.
Let him embark on his own, yes. Just
You don't have the right to kill people.
we have in a minute of silence. We have in a minute of silence.
Well, seemingly Hamas has the
We
right.
have in a minute of silence.
You have the right to occupy people's land and
Dan! Dan! We have in a minute of silence. Minute of silence, everybody, please.
Okay, let's start again.
Just stop killing kids. I couldn't give a fuck about anything else. My loyalty is to the people who are under the rubble.
Look who we have here. The man who appears to represent the socialists of this country. The very same man who called me a racist bastard in Rotherham. I could not pass by without having a little word. Just very briefly, I didn't bother calling the police, but I'm not a racist bastard. Just remember that. In the meantime, I continued past by and made my way to Barclays Bank. At first, I went into Barclays Bank to see if they had prepared for the protest described as mischief and fun in a Facebook post advertised recently. I concluded from this day that people protesting might as well have protested in a big room. My reason for this conclusion is because they did not appreciate the power of the camera and the internet, and did not appear to realise how their actions in front of the camera are a representation of their mindset at that time. Is it private in here? With a few minutes before the start of the protest, I negotiated my way into the Barclays office for a brief sit down and a cup of tea. Stay tuned now, not only for the context, but an insight into the mind of those who speak, including much more than what you have just seen brief examples of. Do you know that sign there which says Barclays have got blood on their hands? Could you tell me a bit more about it on camera?
Yes, I can tell you. Who are you first?
BANAMAN.
Sorry?
BANAMAN.
BANAMAN.
Yeah.
What's BANAMAN?
It's a YouTube channel, social media.
Yeah.
So you basically just tell people your message.
Simple message. Barclays is heavily
That's what I look
involved in investments with the Israeli army and the Israeli state. Heavily invested as well in weapons factories that are manufacturing spare parts for the Israeli tanks and the drones as well, Hams 900, which killed thousands of Palestinians, Yemenis, Syrians and Iraqis. And they wouldn't change their policy. So that's why we're here to exert pressure on Barclays and people asking them to put pressure on Barclays, because we cannot really have factories that are manufacturing killer drones in Britain that are manufactured here and used to kill innocent civilians. All the lies about human shields and whatever is a massive lie. I lost over the last 6 weeks 40 of my beloved relatives. 23 of them were children sleeping in their beds. I have their names here with me. So all the lies that the Israelis and their supporters talking about the Palestinians using children as human shields, they're falsifying the fact that is happening on the ground. And we are here just to say simply enough killing that is done by weapons that are made here in Britain, and enough investment in arms companies. We heard the very good news that last week Barclays withdrew its investment in UAV Elbit, and that's something really, really important, but that's not enough, because we need Barclays and other banks like HSBC as well, who are investing in weapons that are killing civilians, not only in Palestine, all over, to stop that, because it's very unethical. And we want to put pressure as well on the government to stop arms sales to Israel in the middle of this genocide that is destroying every aspect of Palestinian lives of people, property, infrastructure, hospitals, universities, schools, every aspect, farms, fishing boats. We are just simply asking the government to take a stand and stop arms supply, because if they do and the Americans do, then the genocide will stop tomorrow.
Obviously, you're here recording things today.
Yeah.
How do you find it?
Oh, it's all right, isn't it? As soon as I started approaching, I got basically verbally attacked for filming, but saying it's morally wrong. I'm like, what? what's morally wrong. Trying to get to them, what's morally wrong about it.
It's really refreshing for someone like yourself to speak to me on camera. Quite often I turn up and get accused of being a right-wing fascist. Do you think that's right or wrong?
It's part of it if you are.
I'm not
right wing. No, if
That's
you
my
are.
opinion.
Part of it, because sadly the right wing racists, they use their hatred to Islamophobia to target pro-Palestine activism, which is totally the wrong approach to do it. First of all, they have no right to hate Muslims because on their background, but because they conflate the Palestinian cause with their hatred to Muslims daily, they attack us sometimes. It's a very small percentage. That's why we think, yes, they are right-wing fascists because they conflated that.
Okay.
Instead of spreading the message that they're supposed to be spreading, they just attacked me for filming in the first place.
Left wing, right wing, both could very easily be identified as two wings of the same bird. In other words, the left wing does one thing and the right wing does another, while in the meantime, the governing body between the wings and by influential people who in the bigger picture control both the wings to fight each other while the body does something else. It is by and through the governing bodies that control each wing in every country throughout the planet. If you can't see this, then maybe you have got your views based on either left-wing or right-wing influence and not from views of your own. A bit cryptic, but nevertheless, food for thought. Well, I'll just use the rhetoric, right-wing, left-wing. I've spoken to both sides. I do believe it's all the same wings of the same bird. And everybody's got this. Well, okay, but they seem to have similar opinions, like against the government. Like, you will have opinions about the government, the right wing will have opinions about the government, and they're very much similar in a lot of ways. How come you don't talk?
It's totally different. I'd like to answer this point. It's totally different because people here, you can see them from all different backgrounds, all religions, all ethnic backgrounds. We don't care about who's with us, and we are fighting for justice. We are fighting even for justice for the people who are sometimes discriminated against by the government.
You cannot kill them
but the right wing, they only have one thing. They believe in one race. They believe in one race. They believe in the supremacy of their white race, and that's totally unacceptable. So you cannot compare the two. We care about everybody, regardless of race, religion, background. And that's a total difference with the right wing. Yes, they hate the government because you think the government is giving the ethnic minorities privileges. And that's terrible, because if you look at what's happening with ethnic minorities, they're doing the jobs that the British won't do. Care homes can find 80% of the workers, maybe more, all from ethnic background because the British don't want to do these works. Nursing, there is a shortage of nursing. Medical field now, civil engineering, I'm a civil engineer now, it's a total shortage. So bus driving, all the small businesses that are takeaways and whatever. So they are providing service to the country. They're not here. Of course, there is a small minority in any community that is not doing that, but the vast majority are people who want to work hard and survive. So that's why they are wrong. We hate the government for that reason. We disagree with the government for reasons to do with genocide and killing people, innocent people, supporting aggression, supporting oppressors against the oppressed. That's a total difference.
Well, I just want to say, the last one I went to was in Rotherham. I got treated badly by 6 people, and I don't blame everybody. But those
Why? What do you identify as?
A journalist.
Yeah, but if you identified as a right-wing journalist, with all respect, I wouldn't have had this interview with you.
Yeah. Well, if people want to interpret me as being right-wing or left-wing, that's their problem.
No, there is a problem. There is a problem, my friend.
But I'm genuinely interested.
Right-wing fights for the people, for the deprived, for the rights of people in council states, for the people who are marginalized. Right wing, they fight for the privileged people, for the small society, small percentage. Total difference. We cannot say it's the same bird. No, they're not the same bird.
Okay.
My comrades here from English background, they're all fighters for people's rights. Forget about Palestine.
Maybe it's an
illusion.
Fighters
for schools, for funding for schools, for NHS, for care homes, for the pensions for the people, trade unions. So you cannot compare people who are fighting for a privileged few with people who are fighting for everybody.
Unfortunately, this man's view appears to be tainted with narrow-minded points of view. Not every so-called right-winger is supporting the elite. In fact, many people of the alleged right-wing despise many of the things both left-wing and right-wing elitists impose upon them and their fellow man. Many would go on to say this same action is global and applied in most, if not all countries on this planet. Netanyahu, any message to Netanyahu?
Yeah, any message to Netanyahu? War criminal would say. Let's chant it. Netanyahu, war criminal.
Killer of
Killer.
children. Killer of
Killer. What, supremacist, racist. Zionism is racism. That's what we say to all people. Yeah.
What's the British government doing now for you, for Palestine?
Nothing. The British
So
government.
a lot of people would agree with you, even on the right wing.
Yeah, but you
They
know,
don't
they
do
agree
anything
with
for
me
themselves,
on the
are they?
right
Just
wing. It doesn't mean I will agree with their right wing policies against, you know, against the poor. Yeah, so the British government is colluded. They are flying surveillance. 200 surveillance planes went over the Gaza to give information to the Israelis about targets, and that's why we regard it as part of this, genocide.
I just want to tell you
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
When you film some people in the street, you have to be careful what you do, because in my case, the film that you did, it was quite damaging for me. I
Was
felt
it?
really bad about it. Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, because remember that you filmed me when the
I filmed
police
you
arrested
getting
me?
arrested.
Yeah.
You know why I filmed you? Because I
Yeah.
didn't want to I was
Yeah.
hoping they weren't going to be brutal
Yeah.
towards you.
Yeah, I know, but
And that's to
you know,
preserve
the
the
whole
evidence.
the whole film really upset me a lot.
Did it?
And so I want to
Well, what
say
did you do
to
wrong?
people, no, the whole film was upsetting.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I come from a country like Chile.
Yeah.
So this information
Can I
be
just ask
used
you,
against
can
me.
you pull your mask up a bit? Then, obviously, if you're worried about being in public,
no, but
just pull your
but
mask up.
also I say that from the side of the people that make films, you have a responsibility of asking people what you are doing, because that film has made me feel so bloody upset. You know.
Well,
that,
I'm sorry that you felt that way.
Yeah. So you have to when
But
you do
this
a
is
film,
reality.
to make it,
I mean, and there's lots more worse things in life happening, like dead babies,
but to me,
innocent.
Yeah, but to me, it was very, very damaging. I can promise you, it was absolutely upsetting.
I remember you sending me an email. What did I do with that video?
You just put it like on hold, like a
Have I taken it offline?
But what
Have I?
What I want you to do is to erase it.
Have I taken it offline?
Yes, but what I want
Okay.
you to do is to
So I did
erase
listen
it,
to what
please.
you had to say.
Yeah.
And I've taken it offline.
Yeah.
But my
Can
problem
you erase it, please?
is,
because that's me.
well,
it's
you know
my-
what? If the police are doing something wrong, it's your evidence. And I do believe you was arrested wrongly.
It's not doing anything good for the general justice in the world, because
Well, we need to
nothing
expose this
really
then,
bad
don't
happened,
we?
you know?
Do you not agree? We need
So
to expose the
That
injustices.
video is only damaging me, made me feel really, really upset.
Did it?
You know,
That's
because
why I
it's
took it
dangerous.
offline.
You see, you don't realize that
I listened to you. I
for
took it
people,
offline.
yeah, for people, it's very
Okay.
dangerous, this information. You know, you can be targeted.
My
Now
advice.
we are moving
can I just
into
give you
a
some?
world.
Can I just give you some advice?
Right wing, the
Please-
people in the
please
right
don't
wing
speak-
side is
can I
kind of
just say-
getting more powerful, more trained,
Yeah.
and they're getting more. They're getting everywhere. The right wing, you know, so it's dangerous for everybody
It's not
here
just right wing
to be
that's the
filmed.
problem. It's left wing, middle wing, wherever wing. You know.
But when it's
Well,
not the left
it's
wing,
just
it's
a matter of
human being.
opinion.
I am a left wing person. I'm a human being. I'm with human
I'm
values.
neither.
I fight for
But
human
people
values.
want to interpret
There is
me as well.
nothing
That's their
wrong
problem.
about the left wing. There's some bad people everywhere. Yeah, but these are in the left, in the range people. We don't want them.
I'm me. You're you.
Yeah.
No left wing, right wing. People need to talk.
Exactly.
And I want to preserve
Yeah.
evidence, injustices.
Yeah, yeah,
and I do
but
believe that was an
don't
unjust
portray
crime
people like
against you
right wing
by the
and
police
they're
arresting
bad.
you.
Yeah, because
But
it's
if you
not
want me to
real.
delete the evidence,
We are the human
how do I
being.
expose it?
Yeah, we are the human being. We have human
You-
values.
you know what I'm
We
saying?
want
We've
a
got to
society
expose-
with human
We've got
values.
to expose corruption, haven't we?
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm trying to do here. And I have
yeah.
taken this gentleman's
You-
video
that's
offline.
what you are
But-
doing something right. I am not against you. You know, but you have to be sensible, careful to what to
I
we
do
to
believe I
people.
try to be.
Yeah.
But there has to be a
So you
balance
took the
between.
video out.
Back to the
Yeah,
issue of
if you just get rid of that, I will be very thankful. Thank you very much.
Well,
We
it's
can
not
work
online.
together, you know.
It's not online.
I can assure you, if a group of Israeli supporters were there, away from us, we will not do anything. But if they come, and they always do, and come in the middle of us to provoke and put cameras in people's faces, that's when we say to them, please, you can go there. It's not among us. They're always the provocateurs. We never,
Right.
ever.
Well, if I ever witness anything like that, I will record it.
Yeah.
You know, but I haven't
I
witnessed
hope.
that today.
I wish you were there 3 weeks ago, because they came and they were like that.
Well, I was there 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago myself at Rotherham. And
No, not Rotherham, it was-
that's how I got tricked. And it's in the video. You watch it and you decide for yourself.
I will, yeah.
I approached,
Why did they do that?
ask them, because you might know them. You might know them. I'll leave that with you anyway.
I'll just explain something to
Okay.
you, and you please keep it in mind. There is a lot of anger because of the images, because of the people we know, that were pulled under the rubble, was headless. I know 2 breastfeeding relatives, not the 40 I mentioned here, 2 breastfeeding relatives, breastfeeding Suwar and Raouf, I know their names, and they were pulled from the rubble. One of them was pulled, like half of him. So people get angry. That's why. So,
I agree.
So you have
right.
to take this into consideration. When people are angry, they behave in a different way. But we try, because we like to think of us as veteran campaigners, and we know how to campaign, and we believe in peaceful campaign. We try to.
I believe everybody here, right wing, left wing, Palestine, England, we're all victims.
You're right. You're right. The right wings are victims of the government and how they are, just giving them breadcrumbs to survive and putting all the funding elsewhere in weapons factories, in guns and whatever, and in their own interest. But the right wing in the working class need to be educated about the real enemy. That's what we say.
All those things, they upset me so much that I can't even think. I don't want this anymore. Putin and all you people want to do whatever you want to do, but stop this now. Countries are, people are suffering. Children, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Honestly, we should actually sit back and just watch this. No.
Thank you very much.
No. It must stop.
I feel sorry for the loss of life anywhere, including in Israel. Bot, and it's a major bot. Those innocent victims in Israel are the victims of their own armies doing over 76 years. And that's different. Yes, they are innocent, they are victims. And I'll remind you of an Israeli a good Israeli man, who lost his 7-year-old daughter called Rami. His name was Rami, and he said, I blame the Israeli army for the killing of my daughter, who was killed by Palestinians.
It's not him.
Because when you reduce people to nothing, when you destroy people's lives, my own house, my own family house, my sister's house, my brother's house, my nephew's house, my niece's house, all burned down and destroyed. For no reason. So when you reduce people to this, I may have an alternative life other people don't have. So that's how you create radicalism. That's how you breed hatred. That's how you breed violence. So I feel sorry for the innocent Israelis, no doubt about it. I wouldn't be a human being, but they are victims of the doing of their state, which is reducing us to nothing. They took everything from us, even our air, they pollute in it. So they created this so-called violence amongst us, which we call resistance.
I don't believe I've been told the truth by mainstream media. I do believe I'm being misled by mainstream media. I'm independent to mainstream media. So this is why I want to ask people on both sides of the debate and in the middle, what their views are. What can you say to the people watching this?
I can say to the people watching this, seek the truth. First of all, don't rely on mainstream media. Don't rely on your common sense. Seek the truth. Read about the history. To know the real narrative of what happened for the Palestinians in 1948. To know that people were uprooted completely from their home. To know that the entire Palestinian culture and society was destroyed. To know that over 530 villages were wiped off the map. To know that over 800,000 were made refugees by force, by gunfire. Then see what happened since 1948, and then make up your mind.
Yeah.
Don't rely on how you feel towards certain group of people. Even if you are right-wing racist, seek the truth.
You got money, yeah? Putin and all you people, and I'm going to look at this right now, Putin, all you people, and Kamala, all of you. Guys, sort out this.
Absolutely. Well done.
You've got enough money.
Yeah. It means you, the government.
You've got enough money, man. Don't do this anymore.
Thank you very much.
It's wrong.
Can I give you one of these back? I've actually got two. They've given me two. Someone else could benefit from one.
Yeah, thank you.
My message to the last 6 people, the last protest I went to, you're not all like you. That's my message to them. And if you look on BANAMAN, about 2 videos down, you'll see how I got treated. And in my opinion, it's not acceptable, but that's just my opinion.
Acceptable.
I'll leave it with you.
It's not acceptable.
Thank you for talking to me.
At all. But as I said, people are sensitive about right-wing fascists. But
and I'm sensitive about my own safety as well. And I like to think I can come down here.
I can assure you, you are very safe. I can assure you're very safe, and we will protect you. Even if somebody doesn't like you, our ranks, you will be told off. You'll be kicked out of our ranks.
Well, thank you for saying that.
We are not violent at all. Well,
I get that impression.
But when we get risks attacking us, we defend ourselves strongly. And I'm one of the people who defend the group all the time. But when we are attacked and we are abused, And when people come to us and say, England, what do you mean England? Are we against England?
Are you against England?
No, we're not.
There you
I
go.
live here. I live here. I benefit from England. I give service to England. I'm a civil engineer. I've paid my tax for over 30 years, working hard, repairing bridges and buildings and whatever. So I am, although I wasn't born here, but I'm British citizen. But
I've got a lot to learn about everything in the world. I'm still learning, and thank you very much for educating me.
I'll just explain something to you,
Okay.
and please keep it in mind. There is a lot of anger because of the images, because of the people we know, that were pulled under the rubble, those headless. I know two breastfeeding relatives, not the 40 I mentioned here, two breastfeeding relatives, breastfeeding. Suwar and Raouf, I know their names, and they were pulled from the rubble. One of them was pulled, like half of him. So people get angry. That's why. So,
I agree.
So you have
right.
to take this into consideration. When people are angry, they behave in a different way. But we try, because we like to think of us as veteran campaigners, and we know how to campaign, and we believe in peaceful campaign. We try to.
I believe everybody here, right wing, left wing, Palestine, England, we're all victims.
You're right. The right wings are victims of the government and how they are, just giving them breadcrumbs to survive and putting all the funding elsewhere in weapons factories, in guns and whatever, and in their own interest. But the right wing in the working class need to be educated about the real enemy. That's what we say.
Is Netanyahu a war criminal?
Of course, he is a war criminal. He is a war.
Has he been convicted yet?
Well, he is. But the American pressure, the ICC and the ICJ, they are trying to bring,
that's Israel.
Order for him to appear. But Americans, and I'll tell you something.
Hamas, are they criminals?
Hamas is part of the. I am a left winger. I disagree with Hamas ideologically all the way. But I will never ever stand with the oppressed against. With the oppressor against the oppressed. Hamas is part of the Palestinian social fiber, represents about 25-27%. They are not a terrorist organization. They are a terrorist organization which may commit mistakes in their struggle for freedom, but they're no.
But they have been labelled terrorists.
So they're not labels by who? By the war criminals of Britain and of America and of European Union? For goodness sake, America killed and Britain killed over 1 million Iraqis with no evidence of weapons of mass destruction. This guy comes from Yemen. They killed tens of thousands through the Saudis and the Emiratis. They give them planes and weapons to kill Yemeni civilians. So these are the real war criminals.
When did Israel become a state?
Israel became a state in 1948, yes.
So before it became a state, was it called Israel?
No, never. It was militias called Ergun.
I remember going back 40 years now when I was at school. I remember hearing about Israel.
No, Israel was.
I remember Israel in the.
And we, the Palestinians, we say we have so many villagers still alive who are older than the state of Israel in the villages that they were kicked from the village that they were kicked from by the Israeli militias, by the Zionist militias. So no, it's only 1948 and was created by Britain, sadly, and the West.
So there was a letter, I do believe, the Balfour Agreement.
Yes, yes.
Is it Rothschild?
Rothschild, yeah.
What was that? Who gave Rothschild that right? Was it the British government?
The British government.
What did they do?
They just issued under Zionist pressure and influence, and Rothschild, of course, financier, massive, billionaire all through, the family's trillionaires actually. And they give them the notorious Balfour Declaration. Actually, today,
not just right wing, left wing, all around the world, no matter what society you're in, there's violent people.
Yeah.
And at some point, people have to go to talk at some point.
Yeah.
I just wonder how far into the future that's going to be with more bloodshed. What do you think?
I don't know. Honestly, how can you predict something that's been going on for years and years? How can you predict how long it's going to carry on for? I mean, how long has this been going on?
I think ultimately, really, it's down to the people.
Yeah.
First, they need to stop falling out with each other, and then they can concentrate on perhaps the root cause. Maybe some people believe it to be government.
Some people believe it to be government. Some people believe it to be terrorist organisations. Some people believe it to be just people themselves as well. So there's many sides to the same story of what's going on. The only people that actually know what truly is going on is the people that are there, the people that are witnessing it that now, what's happening today, tomorrow, and for the past God knows how many years it's been happening. You know, the people here, some of them may say they've been there, may say they've been to visit and see what is the damage that is actually going on, but we can only take that as either gospel truth or disregard it completely. And at that point, you know, you're just making up your own story in your own head. Again, it can be like Chinese whispers. You know, they could be going over there seeing one thing, coming back here and saying they've seen something, but not telling the full truth of what they've seen. So, you know, it's a mixed match.
So then, obviously, I'm going to just bully on around, as they say, see what happens. Finally, for the people watching this, where can they find your footage?
You can find it on Ryan Rampage. Just type in Ryan Rampage on YouTube and you'll find my channel.
And what happened today will be on there?
Yes, definitely.
Now, the Supreme Court of Israel in Jerusalem is on Rothschild Street. And at the top of that building, from Google, you can look down and see a big triangle in the Supreme Court. What's that about? You know, the big triangle that you can't see from the road.
I have got it.
Have you seen that triangle?
No.
It's like a pyramid on top of the roof.
No.
It's set into the roof.
I don't see.
Supreme Court
I don't know about that.
of Israel in Jerusalem.
I haven't seen that.
Have a look on Google. This is the Supreme Court of Israel, Jerusalem, just off Rothschild Street. Shrouded in mystery with a pyramid unseen from the road with a controversially named street leading to it. What do pyramids mean to people in your view?
The pyramids to me, as a person, it's, to be honest, I look at it as a symbol of slavery and the tyranny of the rulers of that time.
That's an interesting point then. So the Supreme Court of Israel in Jerusalem,
It's got nothing
it's
to
got
do
the
with
triangle.
Talking about the pyramids.
The pyramid, it's got a pyramid.
Yeah.
Look at it from Google.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll leave you with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
At this point, I switch over to my body cam. Reason being is because I am not currently now using my main camera, but I am recording audio for reference. Did you notice how Ryan bent down and started to video record from a distance? Did you notice how the red hat lady instantly made a beeline for him? Did you notice the cream hat man on the left also video recording before Ryan went to record the lady's message? Many other people was also video recording. My advice to the lady dressed in the colours of the Palestinian flag with the red hat on her head: remember that the message is for the world, not a selective few outside Barclays Bank. More often than not, it is actions like this that make the entire group look like they themselves are suppressors of freedoms they claim to be fighting for. It's time now to switch my main camera back on, because what you're about to witness will muddy the river to the sea. It's time to see how this river is now going to flow. From my point of view, he just sat down and started video recording. And these are the things that everybody needs to be aware of. The camera can be a good thing. It doesn't need to be a bad thing.
Many of you will remember how many weeks we stood outside HSBC when it was over on Fargate. And again there was a national campaign. And again HSBC withdrew its funds from Elbit. So that bit is good, but the campaign must go on. The majority of its shares are in other arms companies. Those arms companies that are continually bombing Gaza, that are bombing the West Bank.
I started to have issues with the woman doesn't want them to film her. He wants to enforce it.
Can I just say?
Don't say it.
Yeah. No, don't touch the camera. Someone wants to contact.
She doesn't want to be.
Listen, at the end of the day,
rubbish, you know.
come round.
Don't be touching the camera though. Don't be touching the camera. You gave me a message earlier
I'm not honestly.
you're going against your own message.
He's live on showing it right now. There's no difference.
The woman said,
you are now with Barclays. If you're a Tesco bank, if you bank with Tesco Bank, then it's time to close your account. In fact, we're hoping for a mass account closure on the 21st of November. So if you have a bank account with Tesco, divest on that day, because it looks good to have a number of people divest.
The thing is, you gave me a message earlier and you started pushing me away. Please don't go there.
I didn't push you there.
Well, you grabbed my camera. You're sending out the wrong message. You gave me a good message earlier.
Showing your true colours now.
I'm sorry. Well, that's your opinion.
But what I'm saying is,
Let's just carry on. He's not going to
I'm just curious what you're filming for.
So what I'm doing, I'm just recording the events of the day. I got a really nice message from that gentleman earlier, but it's actually gone against the message he gave me. So I'm just now documenting the day. That's why I'm here today. Do you have a message for the people watching this?
Well, I don't know who is watching it.
So the people who can't make it today, it's them people.
Well, I mean, that could be millions and millions
Well,
of people.
do your message can go out to millions then?
Yeah, well, it could be hundreds and hundreds.
What's your message to the people watching?
I am curious. I'm just curious to know if you represent an organisation.
I represent myself.
Well, then
I'm independent and I want to just learn what's going on today. And the camera helps me understand. It helps other people who can't come as well.
You could,
so obviously there's an
you could make an audio recording, couldn't you?
I could do, but that's not my game. I'm
So
going to
what is
actually.
your game?
Chess.
It's very peculiar. You seem to be on the one hand saying you're just here for yourself, but you're doing it for hundreds
Well,
of other people.
what you're trying to do now is distract from this that's happening. So I take on board what you're doing. Thank you very much.
thank
I'll take
you.
your opinion on board.
Share those homes. It's an incredible privilege, and friends of mine in other cities have said, wow, you are so lucky to be given that invitation. So it's on Sunday at the Broom Hall Centre, and it's...
I'm really surprised now because this gentleman gave me a really good interview earlier and he's actually gone against what he's actually said to me. So what can I do for you? Obviously you stood in front of the camera.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
Rotherham.
Yeah, have you seen the video?
Nazi from Rotherham.
Is that what you think? That's a criminal offence. Don't call me Nazi. I'm not a Nazi.
Can't get the police?
Just don't do it again.
See it again.
Questions in that meeting. We're asking why Sheffield will not fly the Palestinian flag on the International Day of Solidarity with Palestinians, as it used to do, and we're asking why Sheffield won't do it, and Rotherham has said it will do it. We're asking about the international...
Can I just say, that gentleman gave me a really good message earlier. He actually told me everything going on, but to me, he's grabbed my camera and pushed me away, so he's actually gone against...
So he did what?
He's pushed my camera away, so he's gone against his own message.
All right.
And integrity has been called into question. On the 12th of this month, there was a rally outside, meeting outside the station, and then going to the mayor's office. Because our mayor is investing in the Advanced Manufacturing Research Centre, which funds weapons research. So please join us at 11:30 in the morning outside the train station to march to the mayor's office and say we citizens do not agree with this. And then on Friday, the coach is going down to Shenston. Shenston is one of the places where Albert still has a factory. And we're going to support the local protesters who are there week in, week out, who have spoken about the actions that have been taken regularly against Albert factories. And this is one of them. And on Friday the 15th, we are going to support that. On the 16th, there is a concert in the social club
Do you mind me asking you what the problem is here? Because obviously he's got a problem.
This guy's overzealous, that's it.
Just overzealous.
Complication than that.
Sorry?
This guy's just a vlogger.
Oh, what, sorry?
I get the feeling this guy is just a vlogger who just wants
Right. I do believe he's interested in what's going on today. I have spoke to him myself.
Yeah.
Unless you spoke to him yourself, it's probably wise. Yeah. Well, I think everybody should speak to people themselves rather than take people's other words for it. That's just my view.
She doesn't want to be found.
Our protests are always local and not peaceful. And people like this who are coming along.
Sorry?
from the tree.
You remember me from the... Yeah, but I just tried to learn both sides of the story, but this is... The gentleman gave me a really good interview earlier, but he seems to have gone against the things he said, and this is not good.
Until the time comes.
It'll be on BANAMAN.
Thank you very much.
I went to Rotherham 2 weeks ago and I got attacked by a lot of people, and today it's been really good. And I don't blame everybody, I just blame the people who play up for the camera. That's how I see it.
Can you stop all your talking for the moment and show respect?
We're being asked not to speak anymore, but to stand in silence in solidarity with the Palestinians.
I have not. All I requested, I've already got one back.
Sorry.
So you can give that to me.
We remind you, we have in a minute of silence for the dead babies that were killed by the Israeli army and the civilians and everybody.
No,
Yeah.
not so.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Not so. I will not
This
stay
obnoxious
silent.
man expressed disrespect to the dead people, but
No.
we will maintain our
All the
minute of
dead
silence.
To him. Turn
All
our backs
the
to
dead
him.
people.
Excuse me.
Hands up. Hands up.
Let's turn our back to him, yeah. Turn our back.
After the assault, should have moved back. I can speak anywhere I like you
Let's
do.
spoil the
And
minute
like
of silence.
he
Let
does.
him bark. Let him bark on his own.
I have a right to speak.
Let him bark on his own, yes. Just
You have the right to kill people.
we have in a minute of silence. We have in a minute of silence.
Well, seemingly Hamas has the
We
right.
have in a minute of silence.
You have the right to occupy people's land.
Dance! We have in a minute of silence. Minute of silence, everybody, please.
Okay, let's start again.
Thank you very much.
And now a minute of silence.
Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Israel is a terrorist state! 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 Free, free! Palestine! 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 Israel is a terrorist state! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Stop with fun! Blood on your hands! 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 Here's Noah, what did he say? How many kids have you killed today? Stop with fun! Blood on your hands! Stop with fun! Blood on your hands! Stop with fun! Blood on your hands! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Our friend Zakaria wants to recite a poem, and I do apologize to him in public because I got the wrong mistake and he got the wrong mistake, but we are now we made up and I love him and I hope he likes me. So he wants to read the poem. Give it for Zakaria, our brother.
There was one of the leaders of the occupation. Who are the Jews? Who do you mean? The people that just voted.
In Gaza, bombs still fall and live in hell.
Well, you claim that you have a right to
Innocent, precious bodies torn,
To be honest with you.
children lost,
I have more chances. I have. No, wait a minute.
and every child's breath
Well, we lost it.
is burdened by never-ending death. Palestine, oh Palestine, may your days be long. The children cry in the endless nights, a constant struggle without a light. In trauma's grip, as we watched, their hope died. No place to run and nowhere to hide. Palestine, oh Palestine, will you even be left alive? Yet through the pain they have endured, every insult that was thrown at their doors, a strength that's broken and yet so pure. They long for peace, a hope, the cure, for life to bring a smile once more. The children cry in the endless nights, a constant struggle without a light. in trauma's grip as we watched their hope died. No place to run and nowhere to hide. Palestine, oh Palestine, will you even be left alive? For Shaban, for Hind, for Reem, for Sham, for every Palestinian child torn from their mother's arms. The children cry in the endless nights, a constant struggle without a light. In trauma's grip, as we watched their hope died. No place to run and nowhere to hide.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
So they're just pausing now for a photograph. A lot of them have already left. I'm not sure what everybody's opinion is about today, but there's certainly a mixed message coming out about violence. And that's not down to me. That's down to the individuals in front of the camera. I think it's very powerful what you did there. Very, very powerful speech. And I just want to say to you, the problem isn't the camera. It's the people's attitude towards the camera. Can I just say this? I saw this gentleman kneel down, film it, and that message goes out to thousands of people. But while everybody's here, it only goes out to 12, 13, 15, 20 people. So why did that man have to cause a problem?
So what I said. So when I saw that, because I understand you can film people in public no matter where you are. It's a British value. We're allowed to do whatever we want, where the fuck we want to, right? So. I said it to the guy there, and then he was getting angry at me about it. But he's obviously Palestinian. He's had family that's died, and he's very hypersensitive to anything that he perceives that might be somebody who might misconstrue the message and all that. So I get it. I get why he was upset about it. His way of going about it was wrong, and like even when I spoke to him then about it, he was like insisting that his position was right. And I get it. I get where he's coming from, but I still think it was wrong, basically.
Thing is, I'm not here to provoke anybody.
We see. Okay, I'm just saying, film from a distance, you're most welcome, please.
So do you apologise for the threat you made over there, saying that you was going to put me down like a sax?
No, because he said, I'll touch you.
You've kicked him now and you're provoking him now.
Yes. So when you was over there and you was following me round.
No, you said I'll touch you. And I said,
I said keep an arms distance.
No, you said that I'll touch you.
If you come any closer, I will push you. That's what I said.
I said, if you push me, I'll drop you like a sack of cross. Yes. If you touch me, I'll drop you like a sack of cross.
Honestly, you wouldn't have a chance, but...
Let's try it in a friendly manner. Yeah, come on. In a friendly manner, let's try it.
In a friendly manner,
yeah. Let's have a fight and see who drops you.
I wonder.
I've got a serious question for you. Basically, this gentleman did stand down and kneel down. He didn't confront anybody. He started recording the message. Would it be fair to say it's better to get the message onto the camera out to the public rather than just the people here? Otherwise, who's going to hear your message?
Answer your question. The woman said explicitly she doesn't want him to be filmed.
It's a public
We live in Britain. No.
But do you want the message? The message is important.
Our photographer, Bill.
The message.
When people complain, he stopped taking photos. Our photographer.
Can I just ask you, what's more important? The message? Is the message not important?
My friend, when our own
Can you just answer the question?
Bell, no, where is Bell?
Is the message more important?
Is your message more important than one person's feelings?
No, I think one person's feeling is very important.
It's
what
more
about your
important
message?
than the kids that you're trying to
my
speak
friend,
about.
Listen. So I wasn't born yesterday, you know what I mean? I respect
I just want to say this. I have actually spoken. I just want to say, I did speak to you earlier. You have gone against the things you said.
That's what you try. That's exactly.
I didn't tell you how to act.
Here. That's exactly.
But please be aware of what you're doing. Please be aware of what you're doing.
I am aware. I'm a very peaceful man. Yeah.
Well, thank you for your interaction.
In future, true colours.
No. In future, I will stand like this gentleman and stand where I want to and record. I don't want a problem with you. But if you make a problem, it will be a problem. Have a nice day.
You see, that's what you wanted from.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Don't care about.
Let the people judge you, not me.
Just stop killing kids. I couldn't give a fuck about anything else. My loyalty is to the people who are under the rubble, right? And I've as I showed homie over here, 9,100 pieces of evidence I've got on my phone. I've got it backed up on a fucking EMP-proof server that I will always keep that I can see what happened. And I went in I said to him earlier, I've wrote a book called 33773 that's about what happened to the Jewish people from Kiev in World War II, where they shot them by firing squad over the course of 3 days, right? 33,771 people, right? I wrote a whole story about a guy called Yuri, he meets a girl called Eliza, they have kids, they go through the Holodomor, and then they get destroyed by the Nazis, right? And after they had hope, right? So I understand the pain that people go through anti-Semitism. It's awful. And it took me 9 years to write it, because every time I wrote it, it destroyed me, because I couldn't face what humans did to each other. So when I've come out of the other side and I see what Israel is doing to Palestine, I just can't forgive it. I can't.
What did you say the book was called?
33773.
337.
So there were 33,771 people that died, but the characters that I added in the book, right, there was 2 people, Sam and his dad, Yuri. I added them 2 to it, and I added them to the death toll, but it felt wrong to take over somebody else's death toll, that kind of thing. So I thought I'd just add it to, because it's not as offensive then. But the message is important. Fucking stop hurting innocent people for people who don't care about you. Because look, what did anybody gain out of killing people? Nothing. Nothing. And I understand sometimes violence is needed. I'm not going to be a pacifist ever in my life, because...
But they've got to justify the violence.
You've got to justify it, right? And when you're harming people, that's the time for violence. But I'm not going to get violent. But if somebody comes to England and starts hurting our kids, fuck yeah, I'd be taking up arms immediately, mate.
It's safe and if that's one of them ones where I just said, listen, we're not going to win here.
I think it was very brave what you did. You stood in front of that gentleman. Obviously, it was
I
quite
had
aggressive.
to.
Yeah, I want to thank you for that.
I had to, but it's one of them ones where guys, you know, I'm a peaceful person. I don't want any trouble. I don't, and you're filming me. For what
But that
reason?
gentleman had a reason to say that you can't film in public.
But I'm just saying, but why are you filming me right now?
So the reason why I'm filming now is for a record of events, and basically, so anybody who can't make these events can see what's happening.
No problem.
So
I'll shake your hand.
Yeah.
Shake my hand.
Yeah.
No. But all we're doing is that, listen. Don't. Let's go, guys. Come on, man.
No,
but you know, I know you want. I know you. Yes.
I'm chilling.
You want it. You do.
No, I'm chilling. I thought it was going to be peaceful today. It was going to be nice.
That's what I thought as well.
But
it is what it is.
Can I just ask you, what's your message to the people watching this?
I don't.
Finally.
I don't want any trouble at all. My thing is that I love peace. Simple. That's it.
That's what I wanted.
That's all. I came here peacefully, and I'm going to continue being peaceful. I am not going to get into any kind of fights, what this, that, the other. Nah, man.
No, neither am I.
Nah, brother. And this is what I was even saying to you. To say that, hey, man, we'll be chatting. Sorry, boss. Don't worry about it. I've got it.
You don't want them to provoke him to say something they are trying to fish?
Nobody's fishing.
I am not on either side.
Please leave this with me.
I am not on either side.
Please,
so don't get where you're coming from.
Leave this with me.
I'm leaving it. I'm stopping. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we're good.
Has anybody been fishing? Like it's just,
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
So
we're good.
it's just very, what's it, the word?
No, he's passionate.
Paranoid.
He's passionate about what he
But
feels.
the thing is, he has to understand his actions create a problem for themselves.
It does happen, but life is like that.
I don't hate the man. I hate his act.
No, you don't.
I hate his act.
I don't hate you. I have never come to you in any aggression or anything like that. All I'm saying, guys, is that we've got mixed opinions right now. Yeah?
You might be surprised.
No, but we've got
You
mixed
might be
opinions.
surprised how many
No,
people
but we
have similar opinions as well.
Maybe, but we've got that situation.
You got people
So
standing
all
up for
I'm
themselves.
saying-
This gentleman's got rights. He can film in a public space.
The problem is,
but you know what you're doing now.
Deeper
is
down,
not good.
deeper down, the situation is
does the
right.
message get out?
I actually moved.
I know. I saw you move, bro. I saw you, bro.
So everyone there, even
I
the gentleman that
saw
came up
you.
and wanted to speak,
Why?
I'll hush him up.
But why
Because
why
I
would
moved
you?
out of the situation. I moved away.
But brother,
He followed me.
I came and stood next to you, and said, "Listen, bro,
That's what
what are
I'm
we doing?
Do you not believe he was suppressing his rights in this country?
What you're doing?
No,
is
seriously, it's a
suppressing my
question.
rights.
No,
right?
no. What's your
'Cause
right?
You're pissing me off.
Really?
You are pissing me off.
Why? Just tell me why.
Because I want to talk to him.
Right, you can
And
talk
we've
to him.
just-
I don't want to
we've
piss
just-
you off.
we've just- we've
If you
just said-
feel like
we've
that,
just
that's
said-
your problem.
we've just said- we've
Because
just
I'm
said
not
that everything is
antagonistic,
done.
but I'll leave you to it.
What we talking about?
No, let's just call it there. Call it there.
In it? Yeah. Go on, then. Take a picture of this.
In less than 2 weeks, I will be attending another house eviction. Stay tuned and watch out for the next one, because the people have well and truly had enough.